And with that box selected here, I'm going to bake selected group to mesh. And we'll let that process. It shouldn't take too long. And you'll see here in my node graph that I've actually got a new, oh, there it is. There's my new object. It's a baked mesh box. And if I plug it into my scene, and I'll just hide my point cloud generator here at the moment. Let's just display groups as overlay and double click here. You'll see that I actually have a mesh object in the scene that's completely independent of that point cloud. And if I put I could probably just put a checkerboard on there just to see what it looks like, and go to a wireframe just so that we can see what's happening. And if I put a scanline render here, whoop, just under the scene, and I'll plug that into my camera, and then we want a merge node under it, and I want the A pipe into my scanline render and the B into my original shot. And if we have a look at that, so as you can see, we have a box object, albeit fairly primitive, but it is perfectly lined up. And I'll play this through. It is perfectly lined up in 3D space, and you'll see that it's rock solid to the actual box. Now, in reality, this is not how I would create a box based on footage. Because it's a box, I would use the create or the model builder process in Nuke, which is something I can go through at a later stage in another tutorial. But for this method is absolutely perfect for any sort of organic shapes like hills, grass, rock formations, valleys. Excellent for map painting and those sorts of tasks. And I think you can see that there's a lot of power involved here without me going into too much more detail. The sky is really the limit, and as I said before, I can certainly take this baked mesh here and just stick in a write geo node underneath it, and then write that out to an OBJ or an FBX or an Alembic file, and bring that into 3D Studio Max, and then create geometry using it as a reference. So in answer to the original question, I think we've summed it up, that how can I create simple reference geometry from footage using Nuke. I think we've shown that process, and we've also given you some other tips along the way. So hope you've enjoyed the process. Until next time.